Newcastle suffered a 2-1 defeat against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Let's just say the result doesn't tell the entire story, with many concerns arising after the game. Today we're going to break everything down, discuss the issues in the Newcastle team, highlight the shining light of Lewis Hall, find out what's happening with Sandro Tonali and discuss a new dilemma for Eddie Howe. We'll also provide a significant update on the potential redevelopment of St James's Park. As per, join us as we break it all down.
Let's go!
Starting off with the real problem. So Newcastle United's midfield trio was largely responsible for both of Chelsea's goals, as well as Cole Palmer's disallowed effort early in the match. At times, the issues were glaringly obvious. For Chelsea's second goal, for instance, Alexander Isak lost possession to Romeo Lavia, and with no midfield support, Palmer was free to advance 20 yards and score with ease. In other instances, Chelsea's clever positioning forced Newcastle's defenders into hasty challenges. Both Nicholas Jackson and Palmer frequently dropped deep, drawing Dan Burn or Fabian Schar, whom had an awful game out of position. Neither defender boasts exceptional pace, making it easier for Chelsea's attackers to exploit the gaps left by the absent centre-back. A critical factor in Newcastle's struggles was the performance of Joe Linton and Sandro Tonali, who, as the team's nominal number 8, lacked the attacking productivity needed to fill the defensive void. Chelsea capitalized on this weakness repeatedly. For example, Tonali's passing network revealed a troubling trend. Although he received the ball from defenders and Bruno Guimarães, he often opted to pass back to Tino Livramento rather than advance it to front players like Isak and Almiron. This lack of progression limited Newcastle's attacking options. Even with Chelsea deploying Reece James, usually a right-back, on the left to neutralize Almiron's threat, the Paraguayan managed just one meaningful run and shot in the first half. This was largely due to Tonali's inability to effectively move the ball forward on that flank. Interestingly, there was a smattering of boos from the away support when Newcastle United manager Eddie Howe opted to substitute Sandro Tonali for Sean Longstaff in the 68th minute. Personally, I'm not a fan of Tonali being taken off, but in this game, it was necessary because he wasn't contributing significantly, having a 6.7 match rating, 28 touches, 13 accurate passes, 2 accurate long balls, 1 successful dribble, and 3 duels won. Yes, Eddie Howe seems to be developing a pattern with Sandro Tonali at Newcastle. Tonali was also substituted just after the hour mark in the previous match against Brighton, but Howe insisted he had no issues with Tonali's performance. It may seem strange that the Italian has yet to complete a full game since returning from his ban. Being out for so long has likely affected his fitness, but he needs to get through a full 90 minutes at some point. Given how long fans waited to see him back in action, it's natural for them to feel frustrated about his constant substitutions. However, suggesting that not replacing him would instantly fix every issue in Howe's side would be an oversimplification. To be honest, Tonali has shown glimpses of his quality, but he needs to put in a more dominant performance for Newcastle, similar to what he does for Italy. Regarding the boos, Howe said, "I understand the supporters love Sandro and want to see him stay on the pitch, but every decision I make, in my eyes, is for the benefit of the team and with an eye on upcoming games. Sandro can only do his part to become indispensable, but I think there's more to come from him." Another player who hasn't been consistent is Harvey Barnes. Interestingly, he seems to make a greater impact when coming off the bench. With Gordon missing the match due to a groin issue he picked up in training, Barnes started but was underwhelming, having a 6.6 match rating, 24 touches, only 10 accurate passes, 1 key pass, and 1 accurate cross. He often appears low energy and unexcited in matches he starts. Yes, when starting, he often appears lackluster and less engaged, despite his undeniable talent. His performances are marked by moments of brilliance, followed by extended periods of invisibility. Despite Pope having a 7.2 match rating, with 5 saves, 3 saves from inside the box, 3 punches, 2 high claims, he also had a poor performance, having 1 error leading to goal. He swept well early on, having 6 clearances, but he would be disappointed to have allowed Palmer's shot to beat him at the near post. There seems to be a habit developing where he punches crosses instead of catching them. It worries me. Despite a series of lackluster individual performances, Lewis Hall emerged as a standout player once more. He delivered a fantastic cross for the equaliser and proved to be a valuable outlet on the left. Hall not only created the most chances in the match, but also ranked second in terms of passing progression, highlighting his significant contribution. Having a 7.5 match rating, 1 assist, 38 accurate passes, 4 chances created, 1 big chance created, 0.78 expected assists, 78 touches, 1 in the opposition box, 10 passes into the final third and 5 out of 5 accurate crosses. Defensively, he also had 2 out of 2 tackles won, 1 block, 1 clearance, 1 interception, 5 recoveries and only dribbled past once. Bruno Guimarães also made his presence felt, consistently fighting for possession and creating opportunities. He maintained his usual tidy play and was one of the few players adept at holding up the ball effectively. Having a 7.0 match rating, 1 blocked shot, 77 touches, 1 in the opposition box, 100% successful dribbles, 11 passes into the final third, 4 out of 6 accurate long balls, 100% tackles won, 1 block, 1 interception and 5 recoveries. Roy Keane and Theo Walcott actually, though, thought the foul on Bruno Guimarães was a goal-scoring opportunity, and therefore should have been a red card for Levi Colwill.
Frustration. In my point of view, have not been consistent the whole game. I think 25 minutes first half good, 25 minutes the second half good, but the other 20 we were not consistent. It was the moment where we were very vulnerable, in my point of view. We have to find a way to be consistent the whole game. I think when we are in our best, we can beat every team, so we have to find this way. I'm very frustrated for the game today. I think at least we deserve a draw today.
How do you do that? How do you find the consistency? What's missing?
Scoring. We have to score. We have big chance to score. I think in the last 3-4 games we have been many times in front of the keeper. We have to be ice and cold to decide it in the best way. I think today we have chance to at least score 1-2 more goals. We have to play better and we have to be consistent. Sad for today is a difficult moment. I'm not happy at all, being honest. We need our things in our side. They have been. So we need a big atmosphere. We have 2 games at home. We need them from supporters since the beginning. We count on them and we hope we're gonna play well these next 2 games and get out to this difficult moment.
Despite this, Newcastle recorded the highest expected goals, XG, in the match, primarily thanks to Alexander Isak. While he managed to score, it masked another disappointing overall performance. His failure to hold up the ball led to crucial turnovers, which ultimately contributed to Chelsea's winning goal. Additionally, he squandered a clear chance to equalise by squaring to Joelinton in the second half, further emphasising the team's struggles. In the game itself, he had a 6.7 match rating, 2 shots on target, 1 off target, 1 out of 2 successful dribbles, 2 big chances missed, 39 touches, 16 accurate passes, 1 key pass, 4 out of 12 duels won. On the game, Howe said, "The attitude of the players is very good. We dug deep here. We scored a really good goal and proof that we are that attacking force we can be. Sometimes you go through phases like this. We are going through a difficult phase in terms of results. I thought it was a really high-level game. I thought it was 2 really good teams. I thought it was a brave performance by us, but the game was decided by a couple of moments." Then moving on, major update on St. James's Park as Newcastle United officials visit Saudi Arabia. Newcastle United officials reportedly traveled to Saudi Arabia last week to discuss the future of St. James's Park. While discussions about the stadium have cooled on social media since the return of football after the international break, the future of the iconic venue remains a hotly debated and controversial issue on Tyneside. Brad Miller, the club's chief operating officer, hinted at a once-in-a-generation investment earlier this month, leading many to speculate about an impending major rebuild. However, the club plans to unveil final plans only in early next year. Miller stated on October 3rd, "We know what a transformed St. James Park would give us, and we now have a significant amount of data and feedback on our stadium footprint and surrounding area, so we are several steps forward. But it is also clear that this option has several risks associated with it, so we need to fully analyze those risks against the opportunities to reach truly informed and intelligent outcomes." The Daily Mail now claim Newcastle's executives held recent talks in Riyadh. as they mull over the St. James Park decision. Anyone who comes within earshot of the stadium plans is being asked to sign non-disclosure agreements to keep the proposals under wraps. That includes members of the Fan Advisory Board that was introduced last year. Further consultations are expected between fans, architects and local authorities before the ultimate announcement, therefore underscoring the club's commitment to a thorough and inclusive planning process. And finally, if you want to know the latest Newcastle United transfer news that could change their future forever, click the video link on the screen now.